Just arrived here. We're going to see what kind of training he has. Sit. Sometimes people repeat the commands. Sit. Sit, which we never would, but sometimes they're used to hearing it several times. But of course, we are only going to we're going to teach him to do it the first time we say it. Let's see if we can get him to do a little downstay. Here, let's come over here on this comfortable dry mat. Down. So let's see. Down. So he doesn't have a downstay or a down. Certainly no stay if he doesn't have a down. And then let's try a come command. Come. Certainly not an instantaneous come command. Come. Okay, so we're kind of dealing with raw material here. And so this was right before we started the training, and then we'll show you how he does after we're finished with the training, how he does on his commands. Sit. We're going back in the house now, and we're going to practice this boundary thing, and we're going to come out as well, just to show you what we're doing. He does this all day long. He sits. He stays in a sit stay. You step in to accentuate the fact that this is your boundary, and he does not follow you through. If he pops up, you say no. Gently but firmly reset him like that. Just pull up with a little bit of tension. Okay, you can just do this as an exercise. I'm going to come right back right now. Close the door. Sit. Now we're sitting. Let me have him sit closer so you can see him. Okay, sit. Now we're sitting and we're stepping out. This boundary training, this little boundary exercise is very useful. Teaches the dog not to rush to chase after you. So he's really used to not coming through the doorway unless he's coming through with you. Okay, it's a great way to calm him down as well. Great way to practice your sit stay and have him respect boundaries. And now we're going to go for our walk. By the way, that's the way we start the walk. We got a gateway there, and we got a curb, and we're going to shoot that next. Sit. Now we're at the gateway because we have a gateway coming out to go on the walk. Okay. Sit. I'll bring him closer to the threshold so you can see him. Sit and wait. This is very often the toughest place because it's where the outside world is. There's always distractions out here that you might want to go over to. Okay, but see how he waits. If you're by yourself and you have to close a door or a gate, just do a little left turn. Always turning into him with your body. You'll have a lot more control over him if you do that. When you go left, because he's on your left, he's going to be drawn back next to you. If he goes ahead of you, it's simply a little tap. You don't let go of the leash, but you're going to be just holding the leash like this, coming out the back of your hand like this, and not too much slack there because then you can't do anything, of course, see? So you want to hold it close enough to him so that you can still have a looseness, because a tight leash is your big enemy here with all the training, actually. So you want to be able to tap and turn. If you want to slow him down, tap, tap, but it's also a great move to tap and turn. See how well he's doing now that we've hit the street like this. And now we're going to go to the curb, and then we're going to practice with some dogs. Okay. So here we are at the curb. Sit. We always have him sit at every curb. And this is, whenever I come to a curb, I'm always going to put him in training mode. I'm going to practice this little sit stay. Go to your left and just show the distractions there gradually. We have all kinds of people and things walking around, and he's gotten really used to seeing distractions on the street and staying in his sit stay. Okay, so I treat the street as the control zone, so to speak. I don't let him pull me across. The leash is loose. If he does pull you a little bit, just slow down and tap. You have a very quiet neighborhood, so you can do this like my quiet neighborhood on the other side of the street. Sit. quiet neighborhood, as in the streets, you don't have that much traffic. If there's traffic, you can't walk super slow across the street, but I think you understand what I'm saying. Just make sure that there's no tight leash. If he's pulling, tap on the other side of the street, have him sit, and then by patting his chest, go, release him to be free, go. And then you can start your walk, or you continue your walk, but every time you come to a curb, let's say you've been walking along a sidewalk and you're about to cross the street, call him to come to you, good, sit, okay, walk up to the curb, have him sit, and then do your walk around thing like I just did, cross the street. So that's how I've been doing the walk. Okay, we're gonna release him now, and then we're gonna get surprised by some dogs. Sit, some people walking dogs, and we'll show you what he's doing now. Go. All right, we're gonna get surprised by a little dog. We're gonna do a little dog, then we're gonna do a big dog. And we're just hanging out. Oh, he sees the dog. Come. Don't let him stare and don't let him pull, because those are the two things. Come, see how he's interested? Good, but the recall will help you now, because worst case scenario, his recall is so good, you just call him away. But if you were to allow him to stare and you choked up and you restrained him, you could trigger aggression the way he used to have. Or if he didn't have that with you, good. If he didn't have overstimulation with dogs on the street, you could make it worse, and eventually it would be aggression, leash aggression, if you continue to drag him around or restrain him and allow him to stare. Staring plus leash tension can easily cause bad behavior. Come. But you have your recall now? Good. And you can see this dog's like right on top of us. And you're not even going to do this when you're on a walk. You're going to call him to come. And let's say that the dog just pops up from around the corner. Come. Call him back to you. Good. See, the left hand always grabs the leash there. Turn into him and go around the car like this, for example, and let the dog go past. Use the car. Keep going that way. And then you get to avoid that distraction and move on with your walk. And we are just hanging out on the street. Hank's sniffing and lifting his leg where he thinks that he should. And we're going to get surprised by another dog. Oh, there it is. There's the dog. And this is a bigger dog. And come, excitable. You see how I can call him away from a dog that just shows up that surprises us? Why don't you come a little closer with her? And when you start doing this a lot, like I have, pretty soon he'll see the dog and just turn back to you, and you never miss an opportunity to reward that. Good, because that obviously is the opposite of what we're fighting against, and we want him to do the opposite, which is instead of good barking, moving towards that distraction, that dog, we want him turning away, and we're paying him for this new behavior. This is a new behavior pattern that he didn't have before, because I called him away from so many distractions and so many dogs. Come. He'll likely, when you practice like I have for a couple of weeks, he'll be turning away, but don't miss an opportunity to reward that, because the whole idea would be that you don't want to have to call him to come to you. You just want him to do the new come, the new appropriate response to that situation, so you're not constantly calling to come for years and years. It's not going to be that long. I mean, he was doing this with me after just a few weeks, so now he knows how to do it. You don't have to teach him how to do it like I did, but you do have to practice my moves so that he is going to do it with you. So you can see that he does know how to do it. It just takes you to do exactly what I've been doing, and practice a bit, and you'll see that he's starting to be really calm on the street when you're walking him. Okay, thanks. Just to show you Hank doing his stuff out in public. Who knows what kind of distractions will pop out when you're in a very public place where there's a lot going on. There's always noises from all around. There's people that'll go right past. This is just a basic sit stay. And you saw how I did it. I started off by doing this little circle, and at the end of the circle, sit. Whenever you do that little circle and you're literally hurting him with his body, it's okay. Okay, we know it's coming. Keep filming though. That's what's so great about this. Oh, that was a weird turn there. Okay. So, Sid, I have no idea what that was. So, you're setting him up for success when you do that move. Your body takes him in a circle that way. You're not circling him, you're doing what you just saw me do. You're using your body to turn him, to just do that circle, and then have him sit. You're perfectly set up for success that way, and it's because it's a very dominant move, and the more times you do that, actually, the more he's going to start perceiving you as more serious and more of a leader, or more of the boss. Wait, do you want to go around? That's okay, go in front, yes. So it's a simple thing anybody can do, and so you should do it a lot. And see how he's got his sit-stay here. There's a lot of stuff going on, lots of carts. Lots of, carts and things with wheels used to really trigger him to pop up. But now you see how he is looking at me. Nope. He is very triggerable by a treat. So see how he got up. I said no. If I wasn't talking to you, I would have just said no. Reset him that way with that circle. So to reward him for his excellent sit-stay, come back next to him. Good, straight down, eye contact. You saw how I did that, good. He's looking right in your eyes as he takes the reward. Wow. And then pat his chest. If you're done, pat his chest and say, go. And he's free. Okay. Down. Very noisy around here. You also might see the Amtrak train that goes right past here. It's a bunch of helicopters going above us and cars parking right next to us. And so you probably saw that I did this when I said down. At the very moment I said down, I kind of helped to ease him down. I barely had to put any pressure on the leash. But sometimes especially when you're practicing when there's a lot going on, rather than being in your house, it's going to be harder for him to focus. So sometimes you're going to have to do down just to make sure that you would never repeat the command, of course, and you never want to. But avoid saying down and then him ignoring you and then putting him there. You want to do it simultaneously, so it would be down. And that's why most of the time I don't have to do it, but out in a busy place, you might have to occasionally do it with him. Of course, that's the easy part. The hard part is the stay for dogs, and he's got a good stay. Because we practiced in a lot of public places, so he's much calmer, much more able to handle distractions. And when you're going to reward him in a downstay, just take your little reward, whatever you're using, swing in like this, and I'm going to wait till these people pass by, and then place it on the ground in front of him. Good. Withdraw and say good when he takes it. Make sure he always waits for you. He's not going to grab it out of your hand. You see how respectfully he waited to get the reward? We'll do it again. See how he's totally focused on me? Good. That's the way to reward him. If he ever pops up before you release him, don't do a correction and stay calm and just say no. And a lot of times now, we've been doing it so much, if you say no, he'll just put himself back. But you might, in a busy place like this, you might have to say no, gently but firmly, put him back. Don't say down again, you only say it one time. Don't ever repeat a command. You even say it twice, sit or down or come, you'll dilute the power of the command. So since you're always practicing on a leash, that's a way to gently but firmly reinforce each command the first time you say it. And because we've established that pattern already, you're going to have it the first time you say it most times now. So the way that he is released out of the downstay is he's going to wait till you come back next to him. This could be a difficult situation. We're going to just watch to see. He's looking at it right now. It's a big, huge thing, passing very close next to him. He did a good job. When he does something exceptional like that, good. Give him a double reward. I gave him 2 pieces instead of 1 because he's doing so well. So release him, come back next to him. Okay, sit. Always release him from a calm sit stay. Don't release him straight out of a down. So you saw how we released him from the sit. It's the same way from the down. Go. So basically, the training starts with a calm sit stay. If I want to do training, I'm going to say, come, like this. Good. I'm going to step into him. I'm going to say sit, and then we start our training. When I'm all done, like what I just did, I released him out of a down, had him sit, go, he's free, he's on free time. So all the training starts with a calm sit stay and ends with a calm sit stay. So we met this person that we actually trained his dog a few years ago, and he's just out here shopping, and we're going to do this greeting routine. So I had Hank sit. Hank's very interested in him, and I'm going to send him over, and all you do is just, no, you stay there though. You have to stay there, and then just let him take the treat out of your hand. That's all you have to do. Don't even pet him. Just when he comes over, just give him the treat. Go say hi. Go on, and give him the treat. Good. Come. I'm going to say come, and you can see Hank is very excited about meeting him. Sit. Even if you just do what I'm doing now, which is just send him over 3 times, he goes over, he accepts a gift from a new person, he doesn't jump. Go say hi, same thing. Come. Good, you get to practice your sit stay in a busy place with a new person. You get to practice your recall, your come command one last time. Nope, make sure that he really waits. See, I was holding on the leash. When he jumped the gun, I just tapped, that's right, tapped it like that and he went back. Go say hi. He gets a treat, come. And that's the greeting routine. Sit, walk him up to the mat, have him sit with your right hand, pat his chest and send him to the mat. Go to your mat, walk him over and say down. And then this exercise, I will do 5 minutes a day or so, and I'm just going to do an abbreviated version for you here. Always reward him like this. Put the reward on the mat. He waits until you withdraw. He takes it, you say good. So it's just like this. Good. If he tries to touch your hand or take it out of your hand, you pull back and you say no. So you'd say, nope, nope. Then he would wait. And he would wait for you because he knows how that goes. And you can just do, practice your basic down stay by walking around him both ways. I started doing this mat exercise the first day he came here, and it's the result of doing this every day and always kind of trying out bigger distractions every day, like dropping the leash, walking away, walking out of the yard, going in the house, coming back, pulling on the leash like this, that kind of stuff. Good. The result of doing all those things a little bit more every day is what you also see on this video of him having a solid stay out in public as well. So that's why you want to do this, and you can do this anywhere in your house or your yard, and it's your property, your house, so you can control the level of distractions. Maybe you just want to get comfortable doing this. Walking around in both ways, him staying there, learning how to give him the reward very good, very much in a relaxed way like that. Just get that basic stuff down, and then you can start dropping the leash and walking farther away. Going up and down your stairs, going out of the front door and back, things like that. So if you run into anything where it's a problem or it keeps popping up, that means you're doing too much too soon. You need to back it up a little bit and try it, like maybe just go halfway up the stairs or just on the first couple of steps and go back and reward. You go back and reward, and then pretty soon you're at 3 steps and 4 steps and 5 steps. Each time you do a little bit more and he stays there, go back and reward. So work your way up to dealing with him with the distractions that he can't handle with you. Don't ever go from here to over here where he's going to make mistakes. Gradually work your way up to that difficult thing that you're trying to do, or that goal that you're trying to reach with him. So the way to take him off the mat is to come back, stand next to him like this, pat your leg and say, okay, walk him off the mat, have him sit, and then release him by patting him with your right hand, go, and he's free.